can start with the penalty that wasn't at the end. You're normally quite expressive on the sidelines anyway, but you certainly seemed convinced that that was a penalty at the end.
If you give a free kick with 30 seconds to play in the manner in which he did, that's 5 penalties. He bundles him over, gets wrong side. Anywhere else on the pitch, it's a nailed-on free kick. So a little bit aggrieved. I thought he wasn't great for both sides today. It's a tough job for him, don't get me wrong, but I don't think he was great for both sides. Didn't get the rub of the green at times, they didn't get the rub of the green, so consistently I don't think he had the best of games.
To me it seemed like a tale of two halves. Arguably Barrow had the better of the first half, but Boreham Wood came into it second half a lot better.
I thought we started superbly. First 5-10 minutes I thought we got on top of them. I asked them to play and I wanted them to be very expansive in our play because I think you can hurt them, and we did. We had joy with it. At times we were sloppy. The goal we conceded was a great bit of skill from Tyrone Marsh, then a little bit of sloppiness in terms of his pass, and then they go and hurt you. And that's what teams do when they're top of the league. They're clinical in that final third. But for me, that second half, if we don't start getting confidence, and I know there's confidence in the group, but an even more belief in where we can get to, then they need their edge checked, because I thought that 48-minute period was superb.
It was strange, I think, in the first half for me to see some defensive frailties and some uncertainty at times. That's not usual from one of your teams.
Yeah, I thought the left-hand channel, and I've told the boys, I've told Jamal Fifield and Femi Samney. Femi Samney's been one of the best players in the last 3 months. Jamal Fifield in that central role has been absolutely outstanding. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to try and throw him under buses here, but for me, that left-hand channel at times wasn't great, and we needed to nullify that. And I thought second half, to a man, Kane Smith had K up, and I thought there was a good battle. That's 2 very good players at the National League level. And yeah, I could say Cabs has got to score, Cabs has got to shoot before taking a touch, but there's so many positives at the minute, and we're 13-0, so that's another bit of momentum. We might have dropped out of the playoffs today, we might have stayed in 5th, whatever, I don't know, but for me at the minute, I'm just buzzing with my team performance, because I'm hurting that we've not won a game of football against a team that are currently the team to be caught. They've had teams up in recent weeks with regards to Ebbsfleet 7, FC United 7, they've beat Bromley 2-0. For me, you stay in a game against teams in the National League, be it 1-0, you give yourself an out to get a win.
What were you thinking when Cabs had that one at the end that went over the bar?
Addy done superb, left the ball for Tyrone Marsh. Tyrone Marsh has dug a ball into the box superbly, and I'm waiting for the net to ripple, because the kid's superb. The kid is a very, very good striker. His pin play, his organisation, his work rate, that's something that I think that people probably won't identify, that I'm seeing his all-round game is starting to really click into place. I love working with him. He's an absolute pleasure. I could say he has to score, but I said to him at the end, you'll go and bend the winner in at Fylde, everyone will forget that.
You've brought Adi Youssef into the club. He had a couple of minutes last week, I think, and you've talked positively about how he's come into the group. You must be pleased that he's got 25 minutes under his belt today and been involved in the goal.
Of course, yeah. Listen, he played a part in the goal. For me, is he at where at the stage I want him currently? No, but he's been in the building for 6 sessions, and it's a tough one, because for me, we play a certain way. I ask my teams to work hard. We are pressing constantly, and we train at our maximum, and I don't know what he's been doing in the last month, 2 months with regards to Blackpool and Solihull. So that little half-hour snippet today, I thought he showed some great little touches, neat and tidy. He probably didn't get to grips with the job as well as I wanted him to, but I thought Tyrone Marsh done a superb job in the little point role. He breaks from deep, he makes superb runs in behind. So look, now I'm happy with his contribution. We've got a good squad. We're looking to add to it, but yeah, focus now comes to Fylde on Saturday.
Certainly these weren't full times, but it looked like Harrogate, Yeovil and Bromley were all losing their games. So does that make this point today even better?
We've just taken on the league leaders. I've done an analyst session on Thursday and Friday and spoke to them. We put their last 5 fixtures up on the board. They won 2-0, 7-0, 1-0, 7-0, 2-0. They hadn't conceded. All their results were green, as opposed to winning games of football. And for me, the way they play under a manager that I totally respect, because I think he's got them playing superbly, we scored a goal and looked like the team's going to win a game of football. So there's loads and loads of positives. I don't know with regards to the results away from here, but I can only control the controllable, and that's this football club and what we're doing on the pitch, and we need to continue doing what we're doing. And like I said, the focus turns to AFC Fylde come Saturday.
So Fylde, obviously a team from lower down the league, but still a long trip. You're hoping to have Justin Shabu back. Do you think there'll be any more personnel in?
We're trying continuously with regards to two potentially. The window don't help clubs like us because every player that plays in the league believes they can still play in the league, and they wait until the window shuts, and then it opens the door for us National League clubs. But yeah, we are trying to actively recruit, and it's got to be the right ones because I think I've got a good group. You see that on a regular basis. We look strong, we look fit, and yeah, we need to add a little bit more quality to complement what we've already got in the building.
And presumably you have an idea of where that quality needs to be, but you're probably not going to tell us.
No.
That's entirely fair enough. And just a final word on the attendance today, 1,099 in total, but 860 odd in fact of your home fans. You must be delighted with that.
That mob there were outstanding today, and they stayed behind singing constantly, and yeah, I want to thank them because trust me when I say this, they play a massive part in driving us forward. And you see that we like attacking that end. We do. We have a knack of second half performances. I think that's because we're fit. And the last 10 minutes, we created 2 or 3 chances, and they sucked the ball in come the end of it. And yeah, I want to thank the fans today because I think that's a great return with regards to the support that we've been having in recent weeks. I think the players deserve it because what we've served up in regards to our 13 games. So yeah, let's make it a match made in heaven and start getting some more support. Yeah.
And one more question, actually. I just saw that moment at the end when John Rooney hit the bar with that free kick in the last minute. A really nice moment between you and Barrow manager Ian Evatt. An embrace. I don't see that very often.
I get on really. There's 3 or 4 managers in the National League that I respect and I speak to on a regular basis. We sent some texts to each other the other week when we done Stockport and they done Ebbsfleet about continuing the work they're doing. Listen, I'm in it. The minute I go in that grid for 90 minutes, it's me against the world. But people that know me, when you get me in a pub or anywhere else with my family, I'm a nice, humble guy. And for me, the minute he hits the crossbar, I know that there's a level game and it's 1-1, and I respect the man hugely because I think he's done a fantastic job.